Well, hello there, my bowfishing brethren. This is a trip I made a couple of weeks ago, and just haven't had a chance to finish up the video here. What I did is I launched from Port Hope, which is basically on the northeast side of Michigan's, the tip of we call the thumb. Very clear water. You can see down 15-20 feet, no problem at all. This water right here that I'm in is probably every bit of 5 or 6 feet. The fish were very spooky. I was seeing a lot of fish and some good sized ones, but they were just not coming anywhere close to me. So I'm taking these horrifically long shots. What I'm using in this this portion of the video right now is my Oneida Osprey. It's set at about 43 pounds, 27 and a half inches, and for the most part, I was shooting the RPM Davy Jones arrow. On this bow, you see that picture right there, I'm using the new Muzzy tournament reel. I really like that. I like the handle. I love the carbon handle. It does need to be sanded down. It's way too sharp. I also ended up replacing the line that comes on it. It's okay, but I often shoot into some heavy weed covers and all that kind of stuff, and just tears up standard line pretty quick. If you can, I try to promote this sport in a way in which is a little friendly. As I was going by, there was a couple of kayakers there, so I was just being pleasant, small talk, and they were quite nice. Here's the camera settings that I'm using on this video. The exposure is a little high. I didn't change it over from usually my nighttime shooting. The camera, again, is as I always have it mounted when we do these sort of high point of view shots. It's on an 8-foot, 1-inch aluminum square tube pole. In a couple other minutes here, you're going to see, also I'm talking to another guy that was on a little riding mower. The trolling motor that I've been using is that Altera 112 pound thrust 36 volt. I use 3 of the Sam's Club Duracell glass mat group 31s. Very inexpensive battery. You can find them on sale for under $200, often for right around $170. Great battery for the money. What I'm doing is I switch my bows around depending on the type of shots that I'm getting here. There was a couple of shots that were a little closer. The fish were a little closer, so I ended up grabbing my G-Rex, which is set at 30 pounds and 27 inches. You don't need to have, again, too much power, especially, I would not want to shoot that Davy Jones arrow in shallow water. There's just no way. It's an expensive arrow and way too much penetration. You'd probably end up ruining the arrow pretty quickly. Okay, well, it took a good 4.5, 5 miles of traveling along the shoreline before I finally actually found some spots that were really good as far as holding fish. And this is the first one that I really came to, a good size marshy area. And for Lake Huron, that's just not something that's typically common on this side of it. Now towards Saginaw Bay, there's lots of marsh, not a problem. But on the east side of the thumb, it's a lot more sand and rock. But nonetheless, found some solid fish in here late in the day, so this is probably earlier in the year, and when it's warmer, probably a fantastic spot to shoot. The reel that I've been using with my G-Rex is the Megamouth, and I found some line that's 250-pound line that works out excellent. I really do like the Megamouth. It's a great reel. It is durable. I have now seen one where it actually broke. It wasn't mine, but somebody else had managed to break one. They're built very durable, and I guess I like it for the leverage and the power that you get behind it. It does seem to be better than any of the Muzzies or similar style reels. The arrow tip that I commonly shoot is from AMS, and it's the AMS Anchor Quick Turn. They come from AMS now, where they're all automatically already pinned. I'm not a big fan of that at all. You'll see coming up here in a little bit where two arrow tips come off, and you can see where the pin basically broke away at the fiberglass and tore out the center section of it. Both of those arrows I did not crimp. It was a mistake I made. Personally, I like crimping arrows. I think it works better in my shooting experience and my shooting styles than just having them pinned. I do hit a lot of hard bottom here, a lot of rocks, and again, those can be really tough on tips. So here's the first arrow of the day that breaks. I go to knock it up, I'm looking at to tighten my tip, and I'm like, oh, sentence enhancer, bleep, bleep, bleep. Well, again, the tip is missing. Poopsicles. So I'm going to go in the back and grab another one. So I really got my arrow stuck here, and I've been using this product, Arrow Out, which is made here in Michigan. It's a really clever device. It takes a little while to get used to. It's not super simple to use, or perhaps I just haven't got good enough at using it yet. I have been using it quite a bit since this video, and I am getting better at it, but still, it's a little bit of a finesse thing. It will save you a lot of headaches, and it'll actually save you some bow fishing time. It's a product that costs about $120 delivered, and it's definitely something that if you shoot a lot, you really should consider having. The line that you see now here in the picture is that 250-pound test line that I've been using on my Megamouth and on most of my Muzzy style reels. I find it has better abrasion, and it sort of is like the perfect blend of having something that's still a small enough diameter and still limp enough. That specific brand, though, seemed to be the one that worked out better than any other that I have found thus far. I have tried over a dozen of them. You know, one of the things that really gets to you during the day is fatigue, especially if you're shooting for multiple hours. And these Menards rubber floor mats, they're 3 foot by 3 foot. They're under $20, and again, some of Menards has 11% rebate on them, so you get a couple bucks cheaper. Those are not glued down. I just throw them up on the deck and put them wherever I want. I also keep them in the back of the boat, and the interlock as well. A great buy, very nice, comfortable mat, and I also, power wash them off whenever I need to as well. I use this, 48-inch gaff from Fin Finder. I use it for sometimes cleaning weeds off my prop and also obviously gaffing in fish. There was where my arrowhead passed through. Oh, back to the arrow out again. What happens is I shot through the fish. The arrow was really stuck and the fish was through there, so I used the gaff to pull in the fish and then used the arrow out to pull the arrow. Now to push myself back out of here, I use one of those like duckbill style push poles. Again, for anybody that's shooting any type of marshy situations, those things are a lifesaver. So on my boat, I have a water pump system, which I can pump water out of the lake or body water that you're in, and use it to spray off the deck when it gets a little extra bloody and whatnot. I use this at the end of the night sometimes for cleanup, and it does save a lot of mess. It takes a little bit to set it up. I've tried several pumps. So far, this Seaflow seems to be the best one for my use. I found higher pressure pumps, but they don't pump as much volume. And then I've tried larger volume pumps that don't establish enough pressure. So it's there's a little bit of a trade-off. if you can, share some of your experience, share some of your knowledge, make the sport a little bit more interesting to people that maybe haven't tried it yet or are just getting started. Anyways, I hope you guys had a damn good day, or at least try like hell, and I'll see you soon.